Hello, hello, hello. This is Business Mindset with SheABOS, and I am your girl, Angela SheABOS Middleton. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today is May 20th, Thursday, 6 o'clock, and I am here as always, per usual. Thank you so much for joining. Today, I'm doing something a little different. Well, yes and no. So, I mentioned before that some businesses that I'm talking to are always available Thursday at 6 o'clock because they're in business. They're business owners. So, they are open and unavailable. So, I started um, pre recording. So my pre-recordings, we will just view live. So you can join me on Thursdays and we can talk about it and still enjoy the conversation and the videos of the guest. So today we are going to, I'm sorry, we are going to um, play back a video that I pre-recorded with a very lovely couple and their many business ventures. So they've been in business for quite a while, and I was so happy to be able to speak with them. So let me introduce to you the CEOs and owners of Hello, 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 and welcome to Business Mindset with SheABOS. I am your girl, Angela Middleton, SheABOS. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I have a very special feature for you today. This couple I've known for a very long time, trust them with the heart of my life, my baby boy, and his siblings, all of my hearts, rather. This is a child care learning center, and they have so many other things. They've been married for so long and they are in business together. So I thought that this would be a perfect company, a perfect owner group to talk to about childcare, about um, being business partners, and being a loving couple together. So allow me to introduce to you Dewan and Tanya Ellis of in, in, I'm sorry,
Edutainment.
Edutainment Learning Center.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
Alice's.
Hi.
So sorry, I was fumbling on my words. I so know what Edutainment Learning Center is. Thank you so much for joining me today on Business Mindset with SheABOS. So I
Thank you for
chose you
having us.
guys to talk to because when I looked up your learning center, your education center, I was very enamored about your education policy. Then we have fun. So my son was what 4 or 5 years old. I don't even think he was in kindergarten when we started our business together. Not started business, but when I looked into you for my children for the summertime, and I wanted to make sure that he was still learning. They were still learning because they knew mommy work was every day. They did not take a break for the summertime, and your business did just that. Can you talk about how did you in
Um,
childcare? Why did you start in childcare?
we started the Learning Center when we noticed that I noticed that the center I was working at didn't focus on mainly the after school students and their
Mm-hmm.
homework. And then also when we got home, we didn't have that time with our children that we wanted to have after they got home from school and we got home from work. So we knew we needed to do something, and we knew that other parents were just like us, and we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
start something that can benefit us as well as others. So we just started the After School Learning Center to provide a service where children get their homework done, and then when they get home, they have time to spend with their parents versus parents trying to get their homework done, bath time, dinner. That was one thing that was eliminated that they didn't have to focus on when they got home.
Right. And some of us didn't even know how to do that new math and all of those science stuff. And we was teaching the kids wrong and they go to school and getting wrong answers. Like, wow, know that stuff.
Yeah.
So you had a background in education or being in the being in the environment before
We
you
did, as
started.
well as another business as well. My husband and I, we also had a plumbing business before that. So we were
Okay.
business minded people always, I would
Right.
say. And he was also coaching children, and because my kids were in sports,
Hmm.
so we kind of combined our passion and talents for children to start what we started.
Perfect. So how long ago was that? When did you start?
Um, it was in 2005.
2005. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Well,
That's a
well,
long time.
we actually started the plumbing business in 2000.
Oh yeah, the plumbing business in
Okay.
2000. Yeah. Yeah.
But the edutainment was 2005.
Yes.
And then the one you started your you also have a um
Yeah, sports performance
sports.
trainer. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's stay with the learning center for just one second. And then we're gonna talk about all the other wonderful things you guys do because I'm just this is wonderful that you can do so many things and do it together so successfully because everything you're doing is successful because you've been doing it for so long. So for the edutainment, how did you make up that name? I love that name.
We were actually looking, I actually looked in a dictionary, was looking for words in
Okay.
a dictionary, and that one came across, thankfully, at the beginning of the dictionary because it's an E and I didn't have to go all
Right.
the way through. But it was perfect because it was edutainment. It says what it means. It's education and fun all in one. So that's how
Wow.
we came up with the name.
So wait a minute, I mean that's a real Webster dictionary name?
Yeah,
Edutainment?
it is.
Really? I thought you made that up. Look at you. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. So, how did you start off? Did you start off in your home, or did you rent something? Did you have something? Like, how did you start off with your learning center? Do you have to have some sort of license to do what you do?
We started off at the Swan Creek office. We didn't at the Swan Creek
Okay.
road location, and we didn't start in our home or anything. We just both quit our jobs, or well, I quit my job. He still
Okay.
did the plumbing sometimes, and we just jumped out on faith and did what we had to do
Hallelujah.
and stuck with it.
Hallelujah. Okay,
Yeah.
and it was profitable for you. So you just started off renting a space in what do you call it? The
Shopping center.
a shopping center. Thank you.
Yeah.
You just rented a space in the shopping center. It was a very nice space. I'm sorry, I thought I put this on pause. Very nice shopping center. You rented a space there. Did you have to have a license? How do you start? Like for those people that are looking into it that they don't even know where to start. How would you advise them to get started
You
in
wanna?
that industry?
Um, well, we were an after school program that had a summer camp and other
Hmm.
things, tutoring and all of that. So at that time, a license wasn't needed for child care because we didn't
Okay.
provide any type of child care. Now the
Oh,
laws have
okay.
changed since then, and we're grandfathered in. But for those who come along after us, they may need to go that route. But
Okay.
for us, we didn't have to take that route.
Yeah, we
Okay.
were we fell under a youth club. So as a youth club,
Mm,
you didn't have to go under the child care center tag. So that's
right. Okay, so because that wasn't your main purpose, your main purpose was after school and
Right.
summertime. Okay, so it's a
Right. Now,
difference.
for
See, I
summer
didn't even
camp,
know
it
that.
is required. For summer camp, it is required that you have a
Okay.
summer camp license, which we do have a summer camp license each year.
Mhm. So you have to mod or keep it up to date every year or modify it once a
Right.
year. I
Yeah.
see. Okay. So how did you go about finding that particular location and getting it leased, and how did you start that?
It was funny because we were riding, my grandmother lived south of that particular area, and we were riding to
Mhm.
her house, and it was a shopping center that was being renovated. So
Mhm.
I just happened to look over, and we was like, let's go over there just to look. We had no idea that it was going to happen then. Um,
Uh-huh.
so we went over there, and we was looking and peeking in the different windows that were over there. And just so happened the lady that the manager was over there, and she approached
Mm,
us,
look at God.
and we had talked to her for a while, and she gave us an application for to lease the space, and we filled it out. And within a couple of days, she called us to tell us that we were approved for that leasing space. So, of course, we always knew what we wanted to do. So we were kind of preparing over the years with getting stuff and getting this ready, having the contracts ready for when that time did come. We just didn't know when that
Mm,
time was going to
okay. So like you said, you stepped out on faith, you prepared yourself, and then when you seen that location, it just happened that the manager was just right there. You know,
come. Right.
that's God
Yeah.
right
So we
there.
kind of like had to get ready to be ready when the time came.
See, stay ready.
Yeah.
That's my motto. You got to
Stay
stay
ready.
ready. Stay ready. So you were already preparing. You were writing up your contracts and getting your stuff ready.
Yep.
So when you were able to lease that, you just had to move in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay. Okay. So how did you go about like just arranging the different activities and the learning, like because I know you had different age groups,
Mm-hmm.
right, of children. How did you go about making sure that each age group was properly had the proper learning
We
environment, I
just
guess?
our ratios were small, and they were separated by
Mm-hmm.
grade levels with each staff member that was there. So at the beginning, it
Mm-hmm.
was just us two, and I think another young lady. And but for the longest time, we only had one child. So when we
Okay.
first started out, it was like, is this really needed here? We had this
Right.
one child. We did an ad in a penny saver, and that penny saver gave us that one child that got us started, and we
Uh-huh.
was there probably for like maybe 4 or 5 months with that one child. So it wasn't always good, and we just stuck with it.
Right. I mean, but that would, discourage anybody, right? Be like, I can't make no money with one kid. Like,
Right.
how we gonna eat? How we gonna survive? We ain't have a mortgage. I didn't quit my job tomorrow. I didn't quit my job. But you
Yeah.
kept to it. You know it was God ordained because it just worked its way out. So how did you grow? So you had penny saver ads because back then the internet wasn't as big as it is now. Because I
Yeah.
believe that's how I found you in the
Hmm.
newspaper somewhere. How did you
Yeah.
how did you grow during that time?
we just stayed with our foot on the gas. I would go out putting out flyers everywhere, every neighborhood on cars.
Mhm.
Just every chance I had, I would go out and just put out. Back then, we was buying the little 4x6 flyers that people had,
Yeah.
and I put them everywhere. I didn't care where I
Everywhere.
went.
That
I would
right.
wake up with a I would wake up and have them already in my book bag, put my book bag on. This is how I got my exercise. I would jog and put flyers. So
Exactly. That's
did that.
good. Because that's why I was like, always stay selling. Right. Everywhere you
Yeah.
go, everywhere you do, I'm just pulling out my book bag. Hey, here you go. Here you go. Call me. Call me. Let me know
Every
if you need
person we see
anything.
with a child.
Yeah. You may not be happy, or you have a friend or somebody else needs some help. There you go. Here you go. You because you never know where one person is going to may lead you to that right person. Right. It may not be that person, but they'll lead you to that right person. So
Yeah.
yeah,
The
you
school,
always have to be selling.
the schools would have like back to school nights and PTA. I would hit every car in the parking lot, every school we could think of.
I love it. I
We would
love it.
call the schools and ask when was the PTA meetings, when was the honor roll
Mhm.
assemblies, and every time they had a big meeting or anything up there for the parents, we were there with the flyers.
No doubt.
Or he was
Edutainment
there
was
with the
there.
flyers.
Edutainment was there. Beating the
Yeah,
feet, hustling.
yeah.
Right. That's where you get the word from. You have to
Hmm.
hustle. You got to get out there. And so how long did it take for you to get a full house?
Maybe a year, the
It
next
was,
school
yeah, I
year.
didn't think it was that long.
Yeah, the next school year. By the time the next summer started, we had
Hmm.
a summer camp that brought in a lot of kids. And from that,
Wow.
then they stayed for the after school programs and the tutoring and all the rest of the programs that we had.
All that, because we needed all of that, because this one needs some real help right here. This one right here, they need help in this, and yeah, and I love that program that you had, especially for the summer, because they had an outline, detailed schedule of what they were going to do. You hit all the subjects, you had
Hmm.
to do your work, and then you
Or it
go
was
play.
nothing else.
Right,
No work, no
exactly.
play.
Exactly. And y'all made that very clear. You don't do your work, you ain't going to the park.
Yep.
You're not going to swim, and you're not doing nothing else. I was like, she sounds just like me. I like this girl. Yeah. Let's sign them up.
And that was, I think,
I love
appeasing
that.
to the parents as well, because that's what
Absolutely.
they wanted, the education part of it first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I just didn't want them to just go and play all day and
Hmm.
lose all of the little lessons learned that they gained, and then it makes it harder for the school, because then they have to start all over to go
Hmm.
back to reinforce what you learned last year, because you did nothing during the summertime. So I
Yep.
was I was that type of parent. I was with a blended family. So when my other children came for the summertime, they already know we gonna have booklets that you're gonna do every day. Do your booklets, and then you can go have fun. But
Yeah.
that was going to be every day, and that's exactly what drove me to your learning center, because that's definitely what you focused on, and they
And the
were
thing
very
about I'm
appreciative.
sorry.
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. And the thing about our summer program, it would prepare you for the grade that you was going to the following year. We used all the textbooks and stuff that the school was using, so we
Hmm.
were preparing them for what grade they were going to, as opposed to what grade they were in at the time. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
studies even showed that kids lose 30% of what they learned during the summertime, going back into school. So
Yep.
I thought it was a good thing that my wife put together with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was beneficial to everybody, right? Everybody, and to your point, you guys focus on the curriculum that they were going to, not that
Hmm.
they were in, so they were already prepared. So I was like,
Ahead of the
I
game.
love this program. And then the thing about you, Nuan, you also, for the after school program, you were picking up and dropping off, because you had
I
your
was.
edutainment van, right? And I would
Oh,
see that daggone van everywhere. So when I was talking to Tanya, he was like, "Hey, I haven't spoken to you guys in years, but trust and believe, I done seen him in that doggone van going down the highway all the time." And I be trying to catch up just to say hi, but he was like, "I got to go to the school. I got things to do. I got things to do." So
That was
I love
definitely my
that.
vehicle. choice.
It still is.
I still drive it.
Exactly,
Still is.
exactly. I love it. I was like, so that's one thing that I will never ever forget. That edutainment van was always on the go. Always. I would see him
Yep.
sitting there waiting at the school when I was going to pick up my own. I was like, there they go, there they go. Hey y'all. Always working. I love the hustle of it. So how okay, so let's get a little personal. You guys have been married for how long?
26 years.
Yep. 26.
Wow. See, I like the way he had that ready for you. Okay. 26 years. And you've been in business since, what did you say, Dewan? Since 2000?
2000. Yeah.
2000.
We
So
got
you've
married in
been,
1995. Yeah.
so
98.
as soon as you got married, you started your business. How did that work out? How did y'all
Well,
start? He
I,
looking at
I
her.
know
How did you
exactly how it
start?
started.
Okay.
Like it started because I always said that, I wanted to be able to go to my children's lunch and go, have lunch with them at school. I wasn't going to miss a PTA meeting. I wasn't going to miss a field trip. So I couldn't do that if I was working for somebody, you know what I mean? So
Okay.
the whole that was the whole reasoning behind opening our business so we can have the freedom to be very, just in our children's lives from every aspect, from
Mm,
school, from the time they came home. So we just needed that freedom. I didn't want nobody to say, okay, you can't go to the PC. You can't go to do a field trip. And I
right.
never missed one.
I know that's right. I love it. I love it. So the focus was always being a part of your children's life, and
Exactly.
well, just being there to be a part of everything. So you guys said,
Right.
okay, well, what do we have to do to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you keep, or do you keep the marriage separate from the business?
No, you don't keep it
You
separate.
don't keep it separate.
No.
Okay,
No.
tell us how you do it, Ellis. How do you keep that marriage of 26 years but still be partners in what, three different companies now? How do you manage?
I
Like
think
who
it's
does what?
I think it's more so not bringing the business part of it home all the time. Like if
Okay.
we do want to discuss something business at home and one of us just don't feel like it at the time, we say that I don't feel like talking about business right now.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to hear
Okay.
it. And that will be all to it. And then when Monday comes, that's when we talk about it.
Okay. Okay. So you
So
so you just switch hats. You put, okay, now I
yeah,
have
yeah,
my work hat. Let's talk.
yeah.
But when
And
we go
also,
home, we're not doing that. Not today.
and I also
Okay.
think it works because we never put one person above the other in the business.
Mm,
We're both the same. If one of us have an idea, and he don't, if I have an idea and he don't like it, at least he'll let me try it to see if it works. And if he has an idea, the same thing goes for that. So we never shoot each other down, and it's whatever we want to do, we do it.
that's very important. So you listen to one another. So you're
Right.
equal partners. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
That
We
makes
bump
total
heads,
sense.
but we equal partners.
Of
We do bump
course.
heads.
Yeah, we
Of
do.
course. Just like
It's not
every other
perfect. We bump
partner.
heads. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like you don't agree with everything, but the point that you made, Tanya, at least you listen
Right.
to
Yeah.
one another. And then you don't let that spill into the personal. Now I ain't fixing you dinner tonight. You didn't want to do my idea, so no. We not doing, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You didn't want my idea, so no, you're not getting this or doing that. Okay. Okay, so what I'm hearing is you set boundaries, right? You set boundaries of what's going to come in the house and what's not going to come in the house,
Now, sometimes it
right?
is
Business,
necessary to talk
you
about it,
will
you
if
know.
you need to, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is
If you need
necessary to
to,
talk about it at home,
but
then we do. Yeah. But for the majority part, we just try
hmm
to leave it, there.
right. Okay, and then you're equal partners. You listen to each other's ideas. I'm sure one has a strength that the other one doesn't have, and you allow that person to flourish in that strength. Because both of you were saying, well, she was doing this and he was doing that, and
Yeah,
that was his thing, and
right.
that was a program that she put together. So giving each other accolades to what your strength is, and letting them know he's the money person, or she's the process person, she's the organizer, and
Mhm.
he's a foot soldier. Just having those
Right.
specific roles
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
acknowledge. Okay.
And that's
Okay.
Yeah.
basically what it is. What it still is now. She ran the business. I beat the street. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. And that works. So whatever works for that particular household, that particular couple, and I'm going to assume that it works with a partner as well. Whatever that partner's strength is, then you should allow that partner to do that and step back, but still be open to have that conversation.
Right. Yep. Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Now,
Hmm.
if we see that something needs to be done, or if I walk in one day and I'm there and something needs to be done, we don't specifically say, "Hey, you do this part of the business, I do this part of the business." We just do it.
Okay.
So
Uh,
if it's something that I walk in and see, like a bathroom need to be cleaned, or he walk in and see a bathroom need to be cleaned, that's what we do. It's not
okay.
dedicated to him doing this part and I do that part. As
Just
far as
jump
that
in
is
and do
concerned.
whatever is required.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. See, I'm in business by myself. I just launched my Assure Business Office Services just
Congratulations
in
to you.
October. Thank you so much. So when I was thinking about when I started the podcast, I only started the podcast actually in February, because as I learned, much like you guys, you had to study and learn and research and do all of these things. And as I was doing that, I started thinking, people other people should know this, or I'm sure other people didn't know, and how can I share? That's where this podcast started, and as well as just networking with each
Yeah.
other, getting that connection for our community. um that was very important to me. So I definitely thought of you guys, when I was thinking, okay, I want to do something, towards learning center and childcare. Perfect, got it. Edutainment is still around because I seen the truck last week. Let me reach out and call them. I'm so glad that you guys are growing and just expanding into different things. And I've known you to move from the location where I seen you. How did you move for space? Like, why or how did you move? Why did you move? Was it a
We
bigger
moved.
space?
Yeah, we moved for space. We wanted to be able
Perfect
to offer
growth.
more. So that was the whole reasoning behind our movie.
Okay, so you did the same thing. You just you were leasing another property, a bigger property,
Mhm.
because of the growth that you had. Do you have more than one? What are you
Yeah.
doing now?
Yes.
So
Well,
tell us about what you're doing now.
we have the one in Fort Washington, and it has an activity. The growth. We added an activity center to it, where it's like
Okay.
a clubhouse for kids. We have a
Oh.
video game room, a lounge, an activity room, and we had previously, before we moved into this other location, we put my sports performance center in that same building on the top floor. But since we
Oh.
moved into a new location, we have everything on one level now. We have a much bigger warehouse. We have the learning center. We have the sports performance. We have basketball court. We have a lot of different things that the kids can engage in, and we also have the venue where people can rent and host parties and weddings and all those type of things in it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
we didn't even know all of that. So what I have is Youth Avenue Solutions
Yeah.
LLC. What is that? How is that different than edutainment different than the Sports Performance Center? Explain all of that y'all do.
You want to go?
Go ahead.
Okay, Youth Avenues is exactly what it is. It's different. I mean, what it says is avenues for kids to come and do a lot of and do all kinds of things: academics, fitness, birthday parties, all different avenues for kids to just come and enjoy and have fun. Summer camp. We have so many different things in this building. We have an indoor laser tag.
Shut
We have the
up.
rock, yeah, we have rock wall. I mean, we have different things for the kids to do, different avenues for
Wow.
them to come and just be kids, from fitness
Okay.
to fun to education,
So
just different avenues.
everything.
Yeah,
Okay, so
they
the Youth
houses.
Avenue solution, that's like a event venue that
Well,
you
it's
can
it's
do.
actually it's the parent company for all of our other entities. For
Okay.
edutainment, the Warren Ellis Sports Performance, and it carries its own weight with uh, activities for kids, our venues where people can come and rent the venue for different things, birthday parties, like I was saying, weddings,
Mm-hmm.
adult get-together, social events. So Youth
Okay.
Avenue Solution is the parent company that houses everything in one location, as opposed to the other edutainment where we had stuff in different levels, different
Mm-hmm.
floors. This is everything in one inside of
In
one
one
location.
location.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we
And
got
where
basketball
is that
court.
location?
It's in Bryan's Road, Maryland. Um, 8030 Matthews Road, Bryan's Road, Maryland. Right off Indian Head
8030
Highway.
Matthew Road.
Yeah, Matthews Road, Bryan's Road,
Matthews
Maryland.
Road. Okay,
Mhm.
we're going to get all of that information and definitely make sure that information is on the title of the podcast, Brian's Road, Maryland. So everything in one swoop. I love it. Did you start off with Youth Avenue Solutions, or did you start off with Edutainment
We
Learning
started
Center?
we started off with edutainment, and then once we branched off and opened the sports performance and the
Uh-huh.
things for kids, we just had the umbrella company. They was
Okay.
subsidiaries of Youth Avenues.
Okay. Okay. So you started the two, and then you um had the balloon or the umbrella
The parent
that you
company. Yeah,
started the parent company that they fell under. Okay.
exactly.
Okay. So why did you make that decision to have a parent company?
Well, we did that because we wanted to be more than just edutainment. We wanted to be more
Mm-hmm.
than just Dewan Ellis Sports Performance. We wanted to show different avenues for kids and parents, well, really kids, to come out and see and experience. Because
Right.
edutainment been around a long time. When you hear edutainment, you think, oh, uh, before and after school. We
Mm-hmm.
wanted to show that we're more than just the before and after school. We have a lot of other avenues that kids can
Okay.
come out and enjoy.
Nice. I love it. Just starting that multi-level business organization. That's the
Exactly.
whole goal. And that's why I wanted to talk to you guys,
Well,
because you just have your hands in so many different things. And I'm so happy and proud for you guys. So Dewan, talk about the Sports Performance Center. What do you
it's
do
exact.
there?
It's a sports performance. We train athletes that play football, but whatever sport. It could be frisbee. If you play a sport, we train athletes. We
Frisbee.
have college athletes, professional, high school, middle
Okay.
school, elementary, and we also have a fitness program as well, a women's fitness program, youth fitness program that we just recently started. Where it doesn't everyone don't play sports, but
Right.
everyone could use some sort of activity to help just
Absolutely.
make themselves feel better, lose weight, help create more confidence. So we have a
Yeah.
fitness program as well that we just
Okay.
started. Yeah.
So you have, okay, so I know you guys can't do everything. So as you grew in 1 year, right? So you started off with that one little kid for the first couple of months, and then the next summer you was like, oh my gosh, we need some help. How did you go about like starting? Because now you're not only business owners, but you're the boss, right? You have people working under you in all of the different respects of your businesses. Am I
Mm-hmm.
right?
We do. Yeah.
So how do you go about finding help? Because I know that's very important, especially in the
You know,
child care, like to make sure that you're getting that right person? How do you go about finding the right people to work for you?
That's funny.
Okay.
But that's funny. We actually started off with family. You know, you always reach out to family
Always
first.
family, right?
And then as it grew, we got a lady, Miss Cheryl. I don't know if you remember Miss Cheryl,
Miss
but Miss
Cheryl,
Cheryl was Miss Cheryl, she stayed with us for 12, 13 years. 10 years, okay.
wow,
And then her daughter came on, both of her daughters. So it was
love
like a
it.
family. You know, her Miss Cheryl came on, she brought her daughter, and Miss Cheryl was so reliable, so dependable, so great with the kids and the parents. And her
Mm-hmm.
children displayed those same qualities. So it made everybody
Nice.
that walked through the door feel like, oh, this is a family. The husband, the wife,
Yeah.
the mother, the daughter. And it just worked out perfect.
The
So
extended family. You bring in this worker in, and she bringing her kids in, and they staying with you forever. That's when you know you're doing something right. When you
her
can
kids still
keep.
with us. Yes.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
one of her
So
daughters still with us to this day, working for us.
Mm-hmm.
that's awesome. When you can keep people, and when people are willing to follow you, you know that you are a perfect leader. Because a true leader, I mean, it's not about the title. Because every if you go somewhere, you're going to have to work for somebody. But if they follow you and stay with you, that's when you know you're a great leader. So that's definitely what you guys obviously are displaying, to have that family be with you and stay with you through all of this growth and the separation of the different businesses. That is outstanding. So you have your edutainment staff, then you have your sports performance staff. So Dewana, I take it that there's a different criteria, right,
It
that
is.
you have for your sports staff than you would for your edutainment staff. Talk about that.
Well, this is another. I love this. I love this experience that we have with the sports performance because one of the young men that's working there, he actually came up through edutainment as a fourth,
See?
fifth, sixth, seventh, all the way up through middle school.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to train him in the edutainment, just doing push-ups. I have all the kids do push-ups and
Uh-huh.
doing stuff.
Yeah, I remember
And he
that.
actually and he went to college and became uh, interested in being a trainer and graduated
Wow.
for something to do with uh, physical education. And
Yeah, and
um,
came back.
he came back and he said, "Hey, I want to volunteer." And he volunteered for 2 weeks. And I said, "Look, do you want to work?" And he been with us ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a great testament. Like, you just keep people forever.
They can't go
I
nowhere.
I would say,
love that. You're just like,
They are part of the
you get
family.
with the Ellises, y'all just forever. I
and
love
we
it. But
have
but that's a great testament of your loyalty and your professionalism and your leadership skills, obviously.
and now we recently started a girls club at Youth Avenues. They have dance, they have arts and craft. It's a place for girls, only girls. They come
Okay.
on Saturdays, every Saturday. And the young lady that runs it, she was in edutainment for fourth grade all the way to middle school, and now Jamari is running our girls club.
Yeah.
So
Wow. I love this story. Like, I mean, the babies come back and
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 then we
you know,
have
literally work for you.
most of our students do come back just to visit, say hi. I had one come by a couple of weeks ago just to see what we were doing, say hi, give us an update on what they're doing. He was actually getting ready to
Yeah.
graduate high school, so it's just
Nice.
good to see them to come back and
it is.
appreciate what
Right.
appreciate it.
Yeah. I mean, because you guys, you just put such a mark on everyone, right? Like, me as a parent, like, I will never forget, because you taught my baby how to swim. Because I mean, he was petrified of the water. And after that summer, well, I remember I picked him up one day and he was like, "Mommy, I swim. Miss Tanya, she taught me how to swim." I was like, "You know how to swim already?" He was like, "Yes, she taught me how to swim. I want to go again." And I was like, "Okay." And I kid you not, he was a fish since then. I had to put the boy in the swim club and the swim lessons, and everything. I mean, it was just wonderful just from that one summer, that one experience literally just changed his outlook in swimming. And I promise you, I thought he was going to be the next Olympic swim person, but now then he wanted to go into football with
Mhm.
Dewan and doing all that stuff. I was like, okay, fine, go on, deal with your daddy. Y'all go ahead and train. I know that's what y'all was doing over there, Dewan. And that's what I was like, oh yeah, I know about the push-ups. Because you had them doing that too. So that is awesome. So was there anything else that you wanted to share with everybody that we didn't cover already? Like, it was just so many things. Youth Avenue Solutions, the umbrella of Edutainment Learning Center, and the Sports Performance Center. That's all in one location in
Mhm.
Bryan Road, Maryland. Is there
Yeah.
anything else that you wanted to share?
I mean, we touched on our entertainment venue for anybody that's interested in running a venue for a birthday party or
Baby
a
Okay.
shower,
baby shower, wedding.
bridal showers. So,
Okay. I
yep.
will definitely keep that in mind because I'm we're doing some things, okay?
Yeah.
Just September 18th, we're going to my partner and I'm partnering with McClam Enterprise Productions to do a network collaboration event on September 18th. That's here on Hennessy Creek, near Bryan's Road. They have a huge outside 41 acres. So had their 40 acres and a mule um, outside event that we're going to utilize to just collaborate with all of the different business owners. And obviously, I'm going to invite Youth Avenue Solutions to that event because everyone, like you said, Dewan, everyone needs fitness goals. Even if you're not into a particular sport, everyone needs health and wellness and fitness and just having another venue that's black owned that we can utilize for birthdays or weddings or anything else that we require. So that would be great to have that asset at our network collaboration on September 18th. So how can we get in contact with you?
You can visit our website at www.edutainmentlearningcenter.com, or you can go to youthevenues.com and you can get to all of our sites from there.
Okay. Okay. So again, the umbrella company, the parent company, rather, Youth Avenue Solutions can gauge you to all of the other businesses that you have.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so very much, Tanya,
Thank you for
Dewan, and
having us.
Tanya Ellis. Absolutely.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate you taking time on this day. So, obviously you're very busy on Thursday at 6 o'clock. So this was a pre-recorded session that will play a little later. So we thank you so very much. I wish you so much more success, and I will definitely be in contact with you because I need to talk about some things and some venues and some happenings that I'm trying to get into. So thank you again, the
Sure.
Ellis with Youth Solutions
Youth
LLC.
Avenue. Youth
I'm
Avenue
sorry.
Solution.
Youth Avenue Solutions. I apologize. Youth
No problem.
Avenue. Hold on. Let me put that up so I don't get it wrong. There we go. Youth Avenue Solutions LLC, Edutainment Learning Center, and the Juan Ellis Sports Performance Center. All from them. All from the couple that have been married for over 25 years in business together and doing wonderful things. So I wish you all the luck again and thank you for joining Business Mindset with SheABOS.
Thank
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
you.
you for
Ellison.
allowing us to use your platform. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. I mean, you definitely my first thought. So thank you so much for joining me. So So that's it, folks. We have Youth Avenue Solutions, Dewan and Tanya Ellis. We were so grateful to be able to catch up with them because they are hustling and busy and doing wonderful things in our community. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of them, and I wish them all the best of luck. So tune in next time, Thursday, 6 o'clock on Business Mindset with SheABOS. Take care. I will see you soon.